Yo everybody, welcome back to another JD the Gamer video, and we're here with Game of Thrones Legends, and we're asking the question now, is he still worth it? Okay, so the game had some messages and some patch notes and all this good stuff talking about that there's some new formulations with team scores, with character scores, all that good stuff, that they were making it more, I guess, better in terms of what their score is, in terms of their attack, their health, their HP, and their defense. Their new formulation changed people's stuff and whatnot. Just to give an example, my best team in terms of might and their power was like a little over 400,000 before the update, like 404,000. Now my best team is at like 357. So they definitely lowered some things and did some stuff like that. But a hot button and a hot topic for everyone right now is this character right here, Tyrion Lannister. And a lot of people are upset that they put a lot of money into going after his banner, getting his star level as high as they can, utilizing his skill that scaled off of scaled off of max HP, all that good stuff. And then they came along and a lot of people feel like they nerfed him into the ground. So his main skill now, Stand as My Champion, scales off of attack instead of HP now, which does lower it because your HP is typically higher than your attack on your characters. Is going to be, right? So if we look at this, Tyrion's attack is 15.5, his HP is 49.8 thousand. That's like a 34,000 difference when you scale off of attack when you scale off of the HP rather than the attack. So it does hit differently, along with the fact that they made it to where, and I think it was supposed to be like this all along, but it was a brand new game, so they was working through kinks and trying to make sure that everything was working right. You were able to put this skill, Stand as My Champion, on multiple characters. Literally your whole team could have it. So every time any of them used their main skill, they were hitting everybody with this Stand as My Champion, and then they would hit people with their main skill. So they came along and switched that, nerfed it, whatever you want to say, changed it to you can only put it on one person at a time. Tyrion marks an ally to represent him in trial by combat. At the start of every turn, they gain 5% stamina. When they use their skill, all enemies take 290% of their attack as damage. Physical damage. Physical damage. You see that. They're still working through some kinks here. And again, you can only put it on one person now. His leader skill, I don't think, changed. Whenever he is debuffed, he has a 25% chance to remove a debuff. And then an alternate approach, anytime Tyrion takes damage, he gains 3% damage resistance to that damage type. I don't think that one changed either. I think the main thing that changed was everybody's overall formulation and how they calculate the might, and then they changed this main skill of his, Stand as My Champion. So the question is he still viable? I think he's definitely different now, okay? He was my favorite character in the game other than maybe Daenerys, but his ability to apply his skill to multiple characters and just wreck teams. That's how I got high scores in a lot of things. That's how I was able to clear a lot of different the regular chapter levels. That's how I was able to do a lot of different things, like campaign levels, a lot of different things. So, how much viability is he now? Is he still usable, or should we start to work on other people and move on from him? I think he's still usable, but obviously not at the capacity that he was, right? So if you pair him with Bronn, I think he's still a heck of a character. If you bring him along as just a normal team, like kind of like the way I still do. I haven't really changed what I do here in terms of bringing him along. Just let me just show you real quick. This is still basically my main squad at the moment. I got 1-1 in there to tank, Tyrion in there to do what he does. I got my damage dealers in Daenerys and Rhaenyra Targaryen, and I have Marjorie just in case stuff is falling off the hinges. We have a healer. So this is kind of my squad at the moment. Is he replaceable? Of course. Now that the way they've changed him, I think he's more easily exchangeable now. He's easily replaced now than before. You could replace him before, but it was much harder to find someone that could do everything that he does in terms of the damage that he brought with that skill. But now that you can only put it on one person at a time, it changes them for sure. Did you waste your money though if you really went hard for him and got his skill star level all the way up? I don't think you wasted your money. He's still a viable character. He's not nerfed to the point where you can't utilize him. He still works. It's just different, right? And we as humans, we don't like change too much. So when something changes, especially when we've put our time, effort, and money into this, and it changes like that, it kind of upsets the community and makes people mad and angry that they put all this work into making the team that they wanted and making him the way that they needed him to be, and then you just took him away. So I can understand if you're upset about him getting changed, and nerfed and whatever you want to call it. But he is definitely still usable. I will still use him for now until I can level somebody up that maybe can beat him. Like eventually, I might try to change out Marjorie. Like as much as I like Marjorie, I think eventually I would like to get maybe... I'm a firm believer. I like to have one of all colors. I know right now I'm running 2 greens, but that's what I can do. But I'm thinking eventually I might try to slide in this common Dragonstone Mender because he is a healer just like she is, and he heals all allies of 3.3% of their max HP. She heals off of their attack, I believe, unless they changed it. I don't know. Heals her allies of 7.6% of her attack. So, you have to try to make sure she has some attack, which is good too because it does more gem damage. But I think if we can heal off of max HP instead, because like I just mentioned earlier in the video, HP is a lot higher than attack. You go from 10 to 20,000 attack to 40 to 50, 60,000 HP. Big difference. Okay? And then the ability to remove debuffs here. I can even skill up the skill. I didn't even see that. So I can up his... This healing is going to go up to 4.1%. I haven't even skilled this up one time. So that healing is going to go up. And then he also works with a fire team. As you see, I have Daenerys and I have Rhaenyra Targaryen. So when an enemy is afflicted with fire, the Mender has a 40% chance to apply an additional fire. So this will allow Daenerys to hit harder. It will allow me to get fire on people a lot quicker and do a lot better things. So eventually I think, and because he's a common, I've already got him up to a 6-star, working on a 7-star right now. So he will be viable, I think, in my team. If I replace him with Marjorie, I'll have one color taken care of, or every color taken care of. I'll have fire taken care of. I'll have healing taken care of. I'll have a tank with 1/1, and I have damage with Daenerys and Rhaenyra. Now I could eventually replace Tyrion, yes, with maybe Beric Dondarrion if I can get his star level up because he works on fire as well. I believe so. Yes. Beric deals 19% attack fire damage to all enemies with a 40% chance to inflict 2 fire on all targets. And that's purple for purple. So I would still have all colors taken care of. And now everyone on my team except for 1/1 has the ability to apply fire. And then that makes my Daenerys hit even harder, which as you can see, she's at 90,000 on her might. My next closest is Rhaenyra at 67,000. Now, that's because she's a 4-star, Rhaenyra is a 3-star. But you can see that I can start doing some serious things here if I decide to switch out Tyrion with maybe Beric. But, long story short, Tyrion is still good. Don't give up on him. He's still a solid unit to use. If you already built him, you might as well utilize him unless you have a replacement already for your team that fits your team chemistry even better. Don't give up on him. He's still solid. That's what I like to hear. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is what I have to say about Tyrion. A lot of people were mad about him getting nerfed, getting changed and whatnot, but I think he's still a solid unit. Let me know what you think down below. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're getting close to 900 subscribers. Keep on going, y'all. But until next time, here's your boy JD, and I'm out this thing, baby. Peace.